Alright guys, I tried out some new things when I put together this commercial. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, I called it the Toyota, and it's based on the 2021 Toyota Tacoma. This video did run a little long, so remember to check the description down below for timestamps so you can go to the part of the video that you really want to see. So if you do have a little bit of extra time today, sit back and enjoy this video. I think you'll find some stuff that you really like, and some of these things will definitely help you when you plan out a commercial of your own. Remember to subscribe, it always gets me hyped up knowing that we're adding more support to this new channel. Thank you so much for watching. Here's the commercial for those of you who haven't seen it yet.
Hey, good evening. Thanks for being with us on this Friday night. And as we come to the end of another week, the coronavirus is raging and on the move. This week, 13 states saw a record number of cases, 15 states a record of hospitalizations.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no more. Oh, even in the hard time, you and I can weather any storm.
What's up guys? So I have a pretty cool idea of a car commercial that I've been wanting to do for a while now. It's of my friend Cameron's Toyota Tacoma. It's a 2021 version of the Tacoma, and it's just an awesome car. I had an idea for a video that I wanted to make, and so I figured that I would take you guys through the process that I typically go through when I plan out a video like this. Everything I do is in Notion. Notion's awesome to use if you're all about organizing. I use it to keep my videos organized, and so I don't forget any piece of the video. What I usually do is I go into Notion, I go to my 2020 Instagram, YouTube content page, and I'll actually make a new video project. So I actually put a video template together for my video projects. So all I have to do is open it up, click the template that I've already made, and it pops up everything that I've included in that template. So as you can see here, I have the first thing is brain splatter. Now I know it sounds kind of funny. It doesn't sound like it'd be some kind of note-taking thing. What brain splatter means to me is just basically taking what's in your mind and putting it on the computer, or putting it in your phone, or putting it on a piece of paper. This is gonna be the overall, just anything I can think of when I think of creating the commercial for this 2021 Tacoma is gonna go on this brain splatter section. So I'm gonna put show off the Toyota Tacoma with a cool commercial. So that's the general idea of what I have for this video. Is I just want to show off the Tacoma. I want to make it into a cool little commercial. Now I can go down to the next thing, which is going to be my vision for the project. So basically what the my vision section is going to be is it's going to be basically your brain splatter section, but organized into 1 or 2 sentences of what you see as being the final product of your video. So my vision for this project is going to be to show off the Tacoma and then convince others that they need to buy one. I'm just trying to have fun with this project, so that's what I'm going to put for my vision for the project. Now the location, for this, I mean, what I'll usually type for this is, you know, if I'm going somewhere out of town, I'll put down somewhere, but this one's just going to be a local, so I'm just going to put local for the location for this project. Now the next thing I have on this template is the 3 acts. So if you have an idea of what you want to include in the beginning, the middle, and the end of your video, this is where you'll want to put it. So I heard this pretty cool song the other day. I mean, you guys will have already seen it. If I'm posting this video, you'll probably already see the song that I'm using. So on Epidemic Sound, I go under my YouTube projects. So the song that I heard is Weather Any Storm by Cody Francis. When I heard that song, I instantly had a spark. I had an idea instantly. And I just had to put it together, had to get it on paper. So in the beginning, I'm gonna establish kind of what the whole video is gonna be about. So I have the hero, he's sad and he's feeling a little gloomy. And then he might be in like a restaurant. I haven't decided where I'm gonna have him at yet. But basically he's gonna come out, he's gonna remove his mask, and he's gonna see that his significant other texts him and says something along the lines of, "It's not working out." And so then the meat and beans of this whole video is gonna be the middle, which is gonna be how the Tacoma basically takes care of his problems, or basically makes him forget that he ever had a heartbreak, because the Toyota Tacoma is gonna be there for him, to comfort him, to give him joy, to give him anything he's ever wanted and everything he's ever wanted. And then the end, basically the end, we're just gonna wrap it up with, you know, some nice shots at the end, maybe him getting out of the Tacoma with a nice sunset, something along the lines of, here's where I wanna leave everybody off with a good feeling inside where they can take away from this video and they can think to themselves, wow, it'd be awesome having a Tacoma. So I said, leave the audience with a nice warm feeling inside, show that the Tacoma is there for the hero and always will be. So now script writing. After I heard the song that I'm gonna use for this video, I'm actually not gonna really need a script a whole lot. So if I want my hero, if I want the person that I'm recording to say anything, that's usually where I'll include the script of what I want them to say. Or if I'm doing some kind of voiceover, I'll also have some kind of script typed up so that I can read off of that. So now just to give you guys a little tip on when I type up a script, what I do. So usually I'll start with like one sentence that sounds really good to me. And I'll just continue to add to it and continue to add to it until I can make it into a story. For example, something that I thought of for the Tacoma video, if I was gonna use a script, I thought something like, is there really an adventure without wheels? I was gonna use that because from there I could build that probably into a paragraph, and then I can build that paragraph into maybe a mini story. And so when it comes to script writing, my biggest piece of advice is just to start small and just expand on it. Even if you have to expand on it throughout the week, you know, type that one hit of a sentence that you can think of, and then just touch it up throughout the week, get it to where you want it to be, revise it, add to it, and then that can turn into your script. Now I pop down to the shot list. Under the shot list, you hit the drop-down arrow, and I have A-roll, B-roll, and voiceover. So you can get as detailed as you want with this shots list section. I put a couple things on mine. So for instance, for the A-roll, I'm gonna have showing off the hero of the story, showing him getting sad, getting broken up with, and then he walks outside and he sees his Tacoma is there for him. And then throwing in with all that, some of the B-roll, he's gonna have a lot of fun driving the Tacoma around. I think I'm gonna wanna get some shots of like the cool looking tires going through the mud, maybe splashing some mud up. I know I'm gonna wanna get some drone shots of driving through brush, through the woods to show off the surrounding area. Sunset shots, any landscape shots that make the Tacoma look good. Basically anything that holds the Tacoma in its environment. And then we go down, so the next thing in the template is gonna be the thumbnail, so what the world's gonna see. After you shoot the video and everything, you're gonna have even better of an idea of what you wanna use for your thumbnail. Typically, you wanna try to stay away from the clickbaity stuff. You know, you wanna always deliver to the audience. I wanna always deliver to you guys. I'm not gonna show like a thumbnail of a Tacoma driving off a cliff. I mean, I'm not gonna end up showing you guys that. So I'm not gonna put that as my thumbnail. That's kind of a crazy example, but that's just one of the things I mean by don't make a clickbaity title. So for a thumbnail for this, since it's a car commercial, I'll probably have just an awesome shot of the Tacoma, and then I might throw some words on top of it. So then we have the miscellaneous extras. This can be anywhere from remember batteries to make sure I shoot in 120 FPS to really absolutely anything that you think that you might forget for the shoot that you want to make sure you remember. So like for instance, for myself, one thing I've been trying to get better at in my videos is removing license plates of other people's cars when I shoot them. So in miscellaneous extras, I'm gonna put remove license plate. What's up, dude? I heard this song the other day and I thought it would go really nicely with a cool video idea that I have for it. So the video could either turn out really sappy and cheesy, or it could turn out to be actually kind of cool. The main thing is gonna be us going ham on the Tacoma, making it look awesome. So any like cool shots we can get, your drone, whatever we can do to make that thing look like a beast.
So my thing is, how do we convey the whole like beginning part where, you know, like, I don't know, so you're saying like things aren't working out, or like whatever scenario we come up with.
So yeah, I'll just need to think of a location, because it doesn't even have to be a restaurant. It could be something else creative too. But yeah, somehow making it so that we like feel like he's the hero. We got to make ourselves feel like we're him, and like it's relatable.
Yeah, I mean, like that, like you said, that either could turn out pretty good or it could be cheesy. I don't really know until you do it.
Because you know what we could even do also? We could like show him inside of a house, like on his couch, and it's just dark and just his screen's lighting his face up. It could be something where it's like modern day where there's COVID and things are locked down.
And that'd be even more relatable, completely alone in your living room.
But then you can kind of build a tiny story around him. Like that's the cool thing about this, is the only part that really has to be like simultaneous is just the beginning, showing that he's upset. Yeah, so that's the general idea. I mean, I know I'll think of probably a better location and everything, but I think if we put our minds together, we can come up with something pretty freaking cool. The idea we had was to go in a restaurant and have him getting broken up with by a girl and then having him step out. But we wanted to take a more modern day approach on this and kind of involve the COVID pandemic a little bit. So what we have here is we have a scene set up in my buddy Spencer's living room of Cameron, and he's gonna be moping around a little bit. You know, the whole COVID pandemic's going on. You know, social distancing is recommended. There's some shutdowns, lockdowns. Basically, the whole idea here is that he's cooped up in a house and he's used to being out with his friends this time of year. Last year, he was out with his friends having a fun time, but now he's cooped up in a house. The lighting I wanted to have on the set was having more harsh light on one side of his face, kind of resembling the window that's right here. It's not that bright, obviously. I mean, it's not as bright as this. We're kind of giving it that artificial lighting to boost the lighting, the natural lighting of the window. And then I have a little warm light on the right side because I want the right side of his face to be a little harsher than the left side. I'm not a pro at lighting or anything, but this, I think, is a good setup for kind of a gloomy scene. We're gonna see how it turns out. I mean, kind of just doing this as we go. We have one scene here. This is the main interior scene. It's gonna be basically character building. We're trying to build this character, Cameron, as someone who's gloomed. He's gloomy, he's in kind of a depressed state right now. He's a little sad, but there's something cool outside that's gonna cheer him up, which you guys are gonna see. So I got my gimbal here. Setup I'm using is the Sony a7 III. I got a mic on here just in case I wanna get any audio at all with this mic, anything that I can't capture with what we're already capturing here. And then we'll get some complimentary footage of frame of Cameron out in nature from last year, some hiking boots, just really anything to kind of show you guys who he is as a person and what he's all about, which should tie everything together. Pick up your...
This is beautifully doing great.
He is. Here's Cameron. He's never acted before in his life. He's gonna attempt to act today. I think his facial expression should be pretty good. I mean, he's got this nice mustache trimmed in, so he kind of looks like a countryman a little bit, so should be pretty good, I think. To give this more of a commercial look, because that's kind of the whole vibe we're going for here, I'm gonna be shooting in 30p 4K, which is the standard commercial you'll watch on television. So it should give it that more realistic commercial feel to it. The behind the scenes guy, my DP here, Spencer, he's gonna be shooting in 24p 4K. This is the scene. Let's get shooting. Let's shoot this scene. 3 minutes.
Do you hear that?
What is it? Is that the black rifle?
No.
It's a black rifle kicking in.
That's a god about to enter my body.
Here we go, you guys will like this one, I think.
So much gold here if you want it.
I know. So I kept recording. Look at this shit. I might rebalance it really fast so I can hold this thing so much more naturally. That's the only thing throwing me off.
It's cool as hot. This is what you watch for. This content right here.
I'm getting rid of the mic completely because it's hitting the gimbal where I don't want it to hit. And it's making it so that I can't hold the gimbal my favorite way of holding it. Now, I can hold this the way that I wanted to hold it. Be a little more natural. Do something like this. Way more natural for me. So this next scene, I'm gonna get up close and personal with our actor Cameron here. I'm gonna get some close-up face shots of him to show expressions. We'll see how well he can pull them off. I'm not expecting the world out of this guy, but I think he's got this. Yeah, shake, yeah, do that. Like actually shake your head like, like you're pissed. Raise your eyebrow, you got a text. You're looking at the picture. You get an idea. All right, got 2 different scenes shot. Now we got the last scene that I'm about to shoot, and it's gonna be over his shoulder, looking at his phone, just in case I need that angle. We're also talking about having him do the screen recording on his phone, so we can maybe splice that in the video, just so we have multiple takes of everything. We're gonna just shoot that right now. Go to the top of it. Now just hold it there for a second. Perfect. Just scroll a little bit, just so we get some scrolling. Perfect. We're also gonna screen record the screen here so that we have the actual screen itself being screen recorded as Spencer sends in a text to Cameron of a picture of us last year. This is one of the establishing character shots of Cameron. I'm setting up a picture frame of him out in nature, enjoying a sunset. So right now we're just working with the lighting here, trying to get it to look natural, not too crazy. Light just took a dip right here. It's blinding me. Trying to make it more of a natural lighting look for this shot here. So it's kind of like the same lighting as the main scene we have. So now we're setting up the scene for the shoes. I'm gonna try to mimic this warm light, so I have the cool light and I have the warm light hitting the shoes again. About like that, I would say. Last establishing shot, well, last shot of the commercial is gonna be Cameron grabbing his key off the key hook. We have the mask here as well to show the COVID times and kind of take a hint at COVID. I got the Toyota key nice and illuminated with some warm light here, and then I have Cameron take the key off of the hook, and that's basically gonna transfer us to the next scene. So those are all the interior shots for the commercial. The next scenes, the next shots we're gonna get are gonna be of Cameron driving the Tacoma around, him kind of getting a little more cheerful. We'll kind of see what we come with there. I mean, you never know, I might completely think of something else when it comes to that scene, but that's what we have planned right now. And so the next scene is gonna be of us getting shots of the Tacoma. If I hadn't gone through and planned out this video in the beginning, I might have just settled for the first driving scene that we did, which probably wouldn't have ended the way that I wanted it to. Believe it or not, we had to capture 2 different driving scenes. The first one was on a day that the sky was completely white, so we weren't able to get the sunset that we wanted. We were still able to capture a few driving shots of the Tacoma, along with a couple interior shots. Spencer even got some pretty awesome drone footage for us too. I ended up adding lens flares to these scenes to make it seem like the sun was actually present when it wasn't. I really think the editing saved me on this one, and is the only reason that I was able to tie this driving scene with the second driving scene on a completely different day. The second driving scene was so much better. The sun was setting exactly the way we wanted it to. We were able to capture a few more driving shots of the Tacoma and some GPS footage, along with some awesome sunset action. Overall, other than it being like negative 10 degrees outside, we got exactly what we wanted. It's so important to plan out your videos so that you don't miss the little details that bring it all together. Also remember, at the beginning of a project, it's completely normal to doubt your vision for it, as long as you continue working towards its completion. I like to think of a quote from Christopher Nolan whenever I'm starting a film. Films are subjective. What you like, what you don't like, But the thing for me that is absolutely unifying is the idea that every time I go to the cinema and pay my money and sit down and watch a film go up on screen, I want to feel that the people who made that film think it's the best movie in the world, that they poured everything into it, and they really love it. Thank you so much for staying through this whole video. It was a long one. I hope you learned something concrete that you can use on your next project. If you can, do me a favor and swing by my Instagram to tell me what projects you're working on. I will get back to you. Remember to subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.